This family.
Welcome everyone to Wrestling Memories episode 10 and my court. How's it going, everybody? I am here with the host of this channel, JP Baker. How's it going, Mr. Cold Bone?
It's going. By the way, nobody could see what you were doing. Just saying. When you did the 10 thing, dumbass.
Yeah, you either see it or you don't. Doesn't matter.
I'm doing good, man. A little tired, a little gassy today.
Little.
Well, I feel sorry for the person sitting 2 feet to your right, who is the tattooed mistress, Heather. How are you doing, Heather?
I'm doing good. My sinuses are finally cleared. Thanks.
And we also have... Oh, I'm sorry?
No, I said fucking A, Cotton. Fucking A.
We also have Foulmouth Mike Bobbitt, as always. How are you doing, Mike?
Smash Brothers confirmed for Switch! Ah!
Oh my fucking god.
Breaking. We also have the winner of Saturday night's game challenge thing, or was it Friday night this week? I think it was Friday. Yeah. But that is Surge, Merge, Miss Prime, Merge Mama. Hey, what's going on, Merge?
Merge your mama.
Merge your mom. I'm doing alright. As far as Heather, I'm not sure that's a good thing. Your sinus is clearing up at this moment.
Oh, just wait. It gets
good.
better.
They only cleared because of a certain thing that happened. So.
I shit my pants, okay?
Yeah.
Well, you and Ruby might have something in common by the end of the night, then.
Yes.
We'll see how it goes. And last but certainly not least is our special guest this week, Johnny Holes.
How are you?
Doing great.
Are you sure?
We'll see. I've got Ruby sitting about 10 feet
All right,
from
that's
me.
enough about you. How about the other two? How are the other two doing? Why did the other one have a hat on? What are you, cold?
He's always cold. Plus, I made
He's
him
so
that hat,
cold.
so he better
Put the
fucking wear
heat
it.
on. Turn on the heat.
I'm
Cheap
bald.
bastard.
I'm
All
bald
right.
as fuck.
Well, so our leading off topic is actually the topic we left off on last week, and that is social media's impact on wrestling versus a day where we didn't have social media to impact wrestling. I know before I got totally cut out, I believe JP was the one kind of controlling the conversation there. Do you happen to recall, as I put you on the spot, do you happen to recall where we left off there?
No, that's fine. I mean, you can go around the table. Start with Merge.
Yeah, Merge wasn't on the call last week, so Merge, social media impact on wrestling today versus the non-existence of it years ago.
I kind of miss the days when it didn't exist because you were able to be surprised a lot more often by whatever was on TV. I think social media as a whole, it started off as a good thing, but it just depends on how it's used. Unfortunately, it ruins a lot more than it actually helps, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, there's definitely pros and cons about it. I feel like kind of the same way you do. Like there was the surprise element is gone now. I mean, they've got to bring someone in a brown paper sack and hide them until the moment they come out to stage, and even then it doesn't work half the time because someone who put him in the brown paper sack told their sister, who told their mother, who told whoever that, and then it leaks. So I get that, but also it's made getting your opinion out, and people like Joe Cronin, Connor from OKFave, Jake DeMarco, people like that who can tell us more about what's going on and kind of make sure we're not losing our minds when we see how shitty the product is now.
I do the same thing. Come on,
Man,
man.
when I was a youngster, let me tell you something. When I was a youngster, and we had to let other people know about wrestling matches and whatnot, it took 27 days and a bunch of horses. What we'd have to do is get our friend Sam. He would get on a horse with a piece of paper and have a list of all the special surprises that were coming up in the wrestling match the next day. Well, actually, it'd be 27 days later, because we would think it was the next day, because by the time he got there, it would be the next day. Anyway, follow me if this were, okay? So what we'd have to do is we have to wait a week or so for the guy to get there to let us know about the big wrestling match. Well, let me tell you, by the time he got there, we were so tired, we all went to sleep. It was exhausting. 2070, without the social media, we had no commercials, no magazines. It was horrifying. It was horrible. Terrible experience, I tell you. Absolutely terrible. And that's my opinion about that one. Next question, please.
Well, I was going to go to Johnny on that one, but it sounds like he already covered that. And yes, the cold.
I did it very well, I might add.
And the Cold Bone Experience, the Cold Bone channel does also cover wrestling news as well.
What the hell is Cold Bone anyway?
Please elaborate on that shit, dumbass. You're the one that came up with the name.
I didn't come up with that name. I
Not
asked you
you,
to
Johnny.
me.
Not you.
Oh, sorry.
Dude,
The other
dude,
dumbass.
with the mic looking like he wants to suck on the mic like a dick. See what I mean? Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to recall the exact conversation, but we were talking about when Heather comes and meets you, moves in with, which ended in being moving in with you, would be that you would show her that you were actually Cold Bone JP Austin, and I just kind of came from there. By the way, chat, Cold Bone. Why?
All right, you know what? From now on, I want to be hot and stinky.
You can be whatever you want to be.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna. So did you want to touch up on the social media
Go
thing?
right ahead.
All right. Well, I mean, I kind of wanted to go last, but I think Heather's along the same lines. I kind of hit on it last week. When you cut out with the social media thing. Here's my thinking on it. Yes, social media is a good thing because we can get news, we can get rumors, we can get all this good stuff. That's fine, great, and dandy. But the problem with that is they give shit away. I'll take prime example, the Becky Carmella thing. If I was not on Twitter and did not know that Becky and Carmella were having a feud, on social media, I wouldn't have known they were having a match on Tuesday. I kind of wanted to be surprised by that. That's what I mean. I'm going back to what Merge said, and I'm agreeing with him on this because think about it. I mean, even though Becky hasn't been utilized properly, you better get that. Even though Becky.
Well, if my father would watch the show, he would know I was live.
Oh well, yeah. But if Becky would be utilized properly, I would buy into the program. But what I'm saying is you get these two people feuding, like The Miz and Baron Corbin feuding. I want to see it on TV. Not everybody has fucking Twitter. Okay? Not everybody has social media. They get all their news from what they see on Raw and SmackDown. Yes, they elaborate on it on Raw and SmackDown, but can't they have a feud on Raw and SmackDown instead of having a social media feud? That's the problem I have with social media today.
Well, my opinion, which is what I was trying to say last week.
Very good. Next question.
When everything shat out on us was, social media, even outside of wrestling, you can kind of attribute it the same way, whether it's to current events or wrestling itself, but it's the best and worst thing to happen to us, kind of in a way that Merge put it. But it's social media has made such a pussified country. It has made everyone have a voice, which is great, but sometimes I just don't want to know your opinion. Sometimes I care less whether you don't like the fact that there hasn't been a female Colonel Sanders. You know what? Go fuck yourself, all right? Colonel Sanders is a guy. You don't see people bitching because fucking name your popular chick out there isn't some guy's not portraying her. Wendy from Wendy's. Why haven't we gotten a guy dressed in drag for Wendy yet? I'm fucking offended. You know, and I know I'm getting off topic a bit and off on a tangent, but this is what social media has done to this country, and in turn with wrestling, it's kind of done the same thing in similar aspects. Everyone's got an opinion. Who knows? Roman Reigns may be more over to this day if there was no such thing as social media, or at least we wouldn't know how many people actually hated him, which would skew people's opinions. Johnny, what do you think about Roman Reigns and his current popularity?
Well, let me tell you something. When I was in Italy last week, I ran into my friend Roman, who's very Italian. He makes a nice spaghetti. His name is Roman Ronalds. I thought he was Roman Reigns, because I usually meet him on Tuesdays for lunch when I go to Italy on once a week, I told you. Anyway, so we went to go out and see there, and I said, you know, Roman. But it turns out it was the wrong Roman. So I can't really give you an opinion on that right now, but next week, I'll have firepower.
Okay, so
next question.
Closing statements on the social media, since it's kind of a carryover topic. Unless someone else, Bob, I know we didn't necessarily address you, but I know you got a lot of your thoughts out last week on that.
Bob, just spit it out.
Yeah, like it's not going to change from this week, from last week. You know, in some ways, social media has been a good thing for wrestling, but the majority of it is wrestling. I mean, social media has been a huge blow to the wrestling industry, especially with kayfabe. And, yes. You know, if you want to know my full opinion, just watch last week's show.
So what's your problem with kayfabe?
Oh my God! No, what
I never said anything about kayfabe.
Oh, not live on the air, at least. Oh no, I mean, never mind. Oh. Yeah, I guess you didn't. I'm kidding, Connor. We love you. If you're watching this, we're just screwing around. All right, well, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next topic. Is out in the chat, you'll have to tell me who mentioned this. I don't want to say the wrong name, but this was actually suggested to us from one of our listeners, and that is the topic of concussions. We'll start with Merge on this one. What are your thoughts on the concussions, the fact that, you know, chair shots can't happen to the head, that wrestlers are protected, especially from the neck up, and the way it is today versus yesterday?
I understand the protection of the concussion protocol, and that makes total sense. You know, occasionally I do miss what we used to watch growing up. I mean, I grew up in the Attitude Era like most people, but I can understand it. But at the same time, the other thing that I think of is what really drives me insane is whenever somebody gets away with it based on how far up on the hierarchy they are. And like, say, a Brock Lesnar could get away with so much more than, say, a Ty Dillinger, for example.
You think?
No.
Mm-hmm. I guess when he pummeled Randy Orton, that was all elbows across the head and fists. I guess you do have a point. But wasn't he fined for that, or was that storyline?
He was fined.
Okay.
He was fined. That was not supposed to happen. He was supposed to.
Kind of glad it did.
He was supposed to do kayfabe blows to the head. He was not supposed to draw blood. He was supposed to beat the ever-loving hell out of Randy Orton. But he did it not the way it was supposed to be done.
You think he allowed Orton to say in that? Like he said, "Hey, I really want to like just beat the shit out of you. What do you think about it?" And then Orton goes, "Yeah, let's do it." What do you think the odds are of that?
Not very likely, considering Orton has a family that he does not want to be a vegetable around.
Yes, Orton's got concussion issues. Why do you think he has missed some time? He's got concussion issues.
Well, just in general, he's a pussy in general.
And
look at when. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say and shoulder issues, but he does have concussion issues.
Right. He also has a history of being a pussy. I go back to when Kennedy was in Mr. Kennedy was in the WWE, and Orton cried about something that he did that could have gotten him hurt. Next thing you know, Kennedy's gone, and we've never seen him since, at least in the WWE. Do you recall that, Johnny Holes?
I do. I remember very vividly. It was like yesterday. Not really yesterday, more like last Tuesday. But more like yesterday. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I have a concussion. I can't remember a damn thing I was talking about. Oh, let me remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. Concussions. Now, let me go back. When I was a youngster, and we would go wrestling with my friends Bob, Steve, and Drew, and Steven Andrews, we would go into the ring together, and if you had a concussion, they would chop your head off and put your sister's head on. You'd get back in the ring with somebody else's head, and you'd finish the game. Not like these little wussies today, where they just throw you out of the ring and they say, "Oh, he has a concussion. Oh my God, well, little Bobby's got a cold." The hell with that nonsense. If you have a concussion, you play the game. I paid good money to see you. You get in the ring. Thank you.
That where was that at?
Italy.
That was in Italy? They just chop people's heads off and replace them, huh?
It's true.
Well, I don't know if anyone else noticed it. We did get a $2 donation from Mellow Yellow.
Yeah, hold on.
I was talking, Mellow.
Thanks for the donation, Mellow. If you didn't hear what it said Alexa and Braun they'll talk about a tight squeeze, LOL. Oh, so yeah, the issue with them too. Yeah.
Yeah. Issue?
Well, not issue. You know what I mean. Thanks for the donation, Mellow. Much appreciated, my brother.
Thanks for going under my voice there.
Let's go with Heather. Your thoughts on the concussions. Thanks again, Mellow.
Thank you! You have a refreshing beverage, Mellow.
I felt there should be more protection against concussions, considering that these are your athletes. These are the people that are making you your money. You don't want to sit there and protect them and their health so they can have a long career and actually garner you a lot of money and not have to worry about keeping them alive on life support or whatever it be if they've had too many concussions.
Okay.
So it's just, oh God.
I'm having a hard time responding because I'm holding my opinion for last because I think I'm going to end up going full-blown heel with this one, so I'm waiting.
You would.
But I can see where you want to go with this already. Yes, it's their choice to be in that kind of a career and to make those kind of matches and to be involved in kind of that kind of thing.
She just ruined it for you, didn't she?
All right, well, then we'll get into it. You want to get in? We'll get into it.
Let's go.
Oh, sweet. I'm waiting for this one. Go ahead.
Yes, they chose their trade. Just like steroids, I'm going to pull steroids into it. Just like steroids. Now, if this is the route they want to go, fine, but just like in baseball, just like specifically in baseball, it has also affected the sport and the quality of what you're viewing. So, my thought on it is dig your own grave. You want to take steroids, you want to put yourself in a position more to get concussions, that's your choice. If you want to take the protocol to not be in that risk, you can do that as well, but it might be harder for you to get there.
We got another donation. You already talked over it, so. Keep talking.
Oh, no, I was wondering if you wanted to read it, or if you wanted me to, or...
Well, you can if you want to.
If you saw it.
If you saw it,
I saw it.
Okay.
It was another $2 from Mellow Yellow, and he said, "Yes, Johnny Holes, I am a refreshing beverage."
Looks like somebody's having dinner somebody tonight.
And now to rebuttal your points there, Drew. And with baseball, do they not wear helmets? With football, do they not wear helmets and protective gear to prevent concussions?
They do. Why can't we do that in wrestling?
That would look kind of silly.
But it looks
would
pretty
be
adorable.
adorable.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna take my woman's side on this one. Listen, I honestly don't think that it has to do with the concussion protocol. That is just the WWE's excuse for not doing it. Here's why I'm saying that. They are catering to the kids. They're catering, they say that their demographic is 18 to 34, but they're not. They're catering to Ruby. They're catering to...
Bella.
Yeah, they're catering to younger kids. So without having the violence and saying, it is okay to hit you over the head with a chair, they just stop doing it. It's a cover. To me, it's just, that's their way of saying it's concussion issue. I don't think it is.
So what? If you don't think it's a concussion issue, what are you thinking it is? And just pushing an agenda?
No.
Well,
No, it's them. It's their way of saying we're catering to the younger crowd.
Right. Well, I didn't realize that's what you were tying this into. What? I don't know. So it's okay to whack someone over the back 6 times with a chair for the young kids, but the second you hit them in the head with a chair,
If you hit
now all of
them
a
in the
sudden,
back-
wow, you've just screwed a kid up.
Well, look at what's been going on.
It's WWE's choice not to hit somebody over the head with the chair. That's the bottom line. That's their decision. They do it in New Japan. They do it in Ring of Honor. If you don't like what's being put out by the WWE, I can't even talk today. If you don't like what's being put out by WWE, if you think it makes for a better show to hit somebody over the head with the chair, don't watch WWE. They're not going to do it. They're never going to go back to doing it, ever.
Oh, you know the quote: "Never say never in pro wrestling."
I don't think they'll
Johnny
do it.
Holes can tell you about "Never say never" in wrestling.
I can.
Please enlighten me.
Do I have to get out my chair and knock you over the head with it? Do I have to remind you with everything I went through? All the concussions I had to suffer through the years? Do I?
Go ahead.
I don't feel like it right now.
Okay. That's just my thing. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I mean, think about it. I get what you're saying, but if you want to watch that stuff, go watch Ring of Honor. Go watch New Japan, because they do it.
I do have one thing to add to that, is if you, and I've never seen any numbers or anything like that, but just in WWE, if you were to look at a chart of how many injuries there were each year in the last 30 years, I would be willing to bet the last few years is where the highest numbers are, as far as injuries that kept people out of competition.
I would agree with that, but only because the last few years have also been the highest numbers of performance dates that they had to put on.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
They never used to do this many. I mean, they did, but it wasn't.
They aren't giving their athletes enough time to recuperate between each one.
They do their house shows. And I was going to talk about this on Monday, was it? About the house show thing?
I think so, yeah.
Raw does their house show the day after, when SmackDown is on. SmackDown does theirs when Raw is on. They do theirs on a Monday. Raw does theirs on a Tuesday. And then they do like 2 or 3 more additional dates. So it's like...
Plus you got the TV dates, and then you have the pay-per-view dates on top of that, which, again, these past few years are the highest numbers of performances that these athletes have had to put on. Now, granted, with the brand split, they do get a little bit more of a break between each one because of the fact that it's now, okay, just this roster has to do this, and then just this roster has to do that when it comes to the pay-per-views. However, you're still putting a lot of strain on your athletes because of the number of shows you're trying to put on. I mean, how many pay-per-views did we end up having this year so far? Well, last year, I'm sorry.
Like I said, I don't have that number in front of me, and I don't even know where we could find that.
Mm-hmm.
15. Wait. No.
Oh, you're talking pay-per-views. I thought you meant injuries. I'm sorry.
No, just pay-per-views.
24?
Johnny might know how many pay-per-views there were while we check.
47.
Close.
There you go.
You're close.
It felt like it.
It was. I think it's like an 18, 19, maybe 20. I'm not sure.
It's 47.
Drexler's
never wrong.
agreeing with you and saying it's 16 or 17.
So.
It felt like 47, Johnny Holes.
I know it did. It kept going and going. Oh my god.
You know, for a minute when you said, Drew, when you said Johnny Holes would know about Never Say Never, had you not finished in wrestling, I was going to think it was about something else.
I don't want to tell you about Don't Get Me Started. That's the other wrestling match I was a part of. It was before Never Say Never. Oh my god. That's a doozy. But next time.
Okay.
JP and Heather, were you still adding to that? I know we got a little hashtag derailed.
No, you're fine. You're good. Oh, well, I mean, look, yes, concussions happen. Concussions are going to happen. You can get a concussion. I could get a concussion. I hit my head on the fucking wall every fucking night. Just leaning back. You can get a concussion just sneezing if you do it right. I mean, concussions happen. But I think it's just more or less WWE saying we just don't want to hit people over the head with chairs anymore. They're using the concussion thing, which is a legit thing, as an excuse. Because you see, if you watch, again, I keep saying it, you go watch New Japan, you watch Ring of Honor, you watch House of Hardcore, you watch all these other independent circuit, they still do chair shots on top of the head. They'll do it. Go on YouTube.
Well, I've definitely seen it. I think we all saw Jericho Omega this year.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I think it's just WWE just said, fuck it, I don't want to do it anymore. That's their thing.
The one thing I'll add before I move on to Bobbitt is the concussions. I almost feel like it, or with the chair shots to the head, rather, not the concussions. I feel like it should be voluntary by the wrestler, more so than well, you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you want to risk concussions, fine, but we're not going to make you go out and do it.
Right.
I don't know. It's a long discussion that we could probably do damn near a show on how they made a movie about it. You know.
Yeah.
Bobbitt, Mr. Bobbitt, what are your thoughts on concussions?
I think that nobody should ever have a shot to the head, because if you look at like former NFL players that's been there since, for years, they end up killing themselves because because their mind is completely fucked up from all the head trauma they suffered. Look at Chris Benoit. He had the mind of a 70-year-old, and he killed his whole family because of all the brain damage he suffered through wrestling. So, concussions are bad, but if you want to do chair shots to the head, I say when somebody's swinging the chair, hold your arm up and make it seem like you got hit in the head. Like sell it as you got hit in the head, but yeah, you got hit in the arms. That way, your mind doesn't get the full impact and like it'll fuck you up. That's why they're having these concussion lawsuits from all these former athletes. Is because their minds are completely fucked up now. They can't even like if you look at like boxers and stuff, they can't even function properly because of all the head trauma they suffered through the years. So I don't think headshots should be allowed in any sport because it's too much of a risk. It'll fuck you up for life, and you'll have the mind of like an infant, but yet you're like 60 or 70 years old because your head's so fucked up.
I've got a question to that. Back in the 30s, the football players wore basically something like the material of a ball cap that went around the head like a helmet, and they called it a helmet. But there weren't people going around killing their families back then or killing themselves in a way that would scream a problem. Now, they did eventually improve the helmets just for the sake of, well, we don't need people's skulls exploding on the field. But what would you say if I came at you with that thought?
Well, like Trickster said in the chat, concussions affect people differently. You know, back in the 30s, how do we not know that they didn't do that? Because, like, most of your public records back then wasn't ever recorded. They didn't start recording stuff until the 40s. So
I mean, we could probably go player by player through Wikipedia or whatever portal, because you could pretty much look up anyone who was ever signed by the NFL on... You're raising your hand, JP. What's up?
Okay, so the technology today is so much better than it was back then. They didn't know that... They didn't know anything about concussions back then. I didn't. When I played football with my friends, we played tackle football, full contact football. I didn't wear a helmet. Was I dumb? Yes, because I ended up getting a concussion from it. But they did not know what the issue was there. I guarantee it. The issue is that you can't say the issue wasn't there. I guarantee it. It was. It's just.
They complained of a headache, they treated it as a headache.
Yes.
Let me add something else to it. People's careers end earlier nowadays. On average, you look back, there were people playing into their 40s and 50s on a regular basis. Look at Gale Sayers.
You're talking about football. Okay.
Yeah, just for example, but I could go further with it.
The athlete today, the athlete today, you look at how...
I see where you're going.
Yeah, I mean... I think we had this discussion about the football. Do you think that the Bears of the 1985 Bears could beat the Patriots this year? No, they couldn't. You want to know why? Because the athletes are so much better now than they were back then. They're much bigger too.
I would have to contest 85. I mean, you could go back to the 60s and 70s where we saw Len Dawson sitting on a bench smoking a cigarette at halftime, but they weren't necessarily that bad 30 years ago.
I'm not saying that they were. I just don't think...
The training technologies of today end with the training of each individual athlete being personalized for the sport and their body. It makes it so much better today than it is 30 years ago.
I'm not just throwing the athlete out there. You look at the schemes that they have today compared to what they had back then. Yeah, no.
Sounds like Heather watched the movie Creed. After that explanation, I just had to point that out.
What are you guys having a picnic? What the hell are you doing over there?
Eating supper. God damn it! I haven't eaten today. No, I just.
He had a 45-minute drive home, but he didn't have an opportunity to eat.
Well, I'm not a kid like most people. I wait. I did eat a Twix, or whatchamacallit, but that's it.
I asked you what you ate. Why are you eating in front of the camera?
You'll be alright in the morning.
Sounds like Johnny Holtz could use a Snickers.
I think I have a period going on thing or something like that.
I'm sorry.
You're having a period?
Again.
Yeah,
you're having a period?
I think so. I'm very moody.
Well, they might have tampons down at the store. I don't know how you're going to actually make that work for yourself. But on to our topic at hand. Merge, did you get to speak about concussions? I apologize, I don't recall.
No, you didn't.
I did a little bit at the beginning, but the other thing I was thinking is, in terms of, you're mentioning headshots in other promotions and all that, and I was thinking that I don't necessarily miss chair shots to the head in WWE when they were, I kind of miss the ones where they were more theatrical, like when Edge did the concerto and never actually landed it, where it was something like that, but the ones that were actually like the really vicious ones, like Rock and Mankind, or the shots Benoit took, I could do without those.
It's all about deception.
Yes. Now, on that note, from what Bobbitt said, you could say Benoit got over on everybody except for the Bowflex.
Why? Really? Come on.
I didn't want that point brought up, but here we are.
Yep.
Well, Merge, I really appreciate you coming on the show today. It was nice talking. No,
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
You know, I'd probably have done it too. Johnny, I know you had a couple of slight opinions there, but what are your thoughts on concussions in WWE or even sports in general?
What I think we should do is we should have a concussion league where we take all the wrestlers that had concussions and we put them in a big ring together. And we could have, like, characters. We could have, like, Alzheimer Al, Forgetful Frank, and have them beat the crap out of each other. And it would be a very long match. And I would imagine the insurance would be very cheap on it, of course. And you make a few extra dollars. That's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it, thank you.
What makes you think the insurance would be cheap?
Because nobody would remember that they had a concussion.
Hey, it's a legit reason.
They'd be walking around going, am I here for work? They'd be, yes, Frank, go in the corner. Where's Alzheimer Al? He's in the back. He's getting something to drink. And you can have them do other things, because they all have the same problem. So they're like, why are we here? You're here for work. But they wouldn't know that, you see. That's how it would go. We could sell T-shirts. It would be fantastic.
I've also got a question in the chat for you, Johnny.
Of course, nobody would remember where they parked. If you can imagine everybody with concussions and the same disease going, hey, does anybody, because they all have the same problem, you see. So nobody would really get home from the match, so you don't have to leave them there. It'd be a very stressful situation, I would think. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I had a question in the chat, and I thought you might be able to field this for us.
Sure.
TSS2 in the chat is asking if we remember when JBL threw a chair to Eddie's face, he started bleeding. That's the kind of spots I don't miss. So I guess it wasn't fresh, but do you remember that? Yeah.
I remember that. It took them days to clean the blood off that chair. It was disgusting. They had to take it to another store. They had to get it finished. They had to paint it again. It was a different color. They had to paint it a red color so it would blend. It was a disaster. I remember, and the lawsuits. Oh my God, that JBL. He makes a very good speaker, though. Very good speaker.
The lawsuit.
What's your favorite part of JBL's character, Johnny?
He's very loud, and I like that very much about him.
Loud, okay. He's a loud mouth too.
Yes.
He's a lawsuit.
All right, well, our next topic is wrestling couples, and we have not started with Mr. Bobbitt yet, I don't think, have we?
Not yet, no.
Let Mr. Bobbitt lead this one off. Wrestling couples.
We got to go with the greatest couple in WWE, Mike and Maria Kanellis.
Oh, please.
Even Johnny knows it's bullshit. So what is your reservations about them, Mr. Holes?
What are my reservations? What am I, an Indian? Let me tell you something about reservations. You want to get a reservation, you go to a hotel. Perhaps maybe you get yourself a nice room somewhere. Or if you want, you could say, hey, I totally got lost. What are you talking about?
We're talking about Mike and Maria Kanellis.
Oh, those two idiots. Let me tell you about Mike and Maria Kanellis. Well, when I was a youngster, I went to school with her sister, Dorothy Kanellis. She was named after a disease. It's true. It was Kanellis disease. They had to clear out the school and make everybody go home early because we all had Kanellis disease. She used to lick everybody's hot dogs. It was awful. Absolutely disgusting. We had hot dog day and she'd walk up and she'd lick their hot dogs. Not their wee-wees, right? Just their hot. It was awful. Awful! Awful. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, the Kanellis family. Those bastards, I can't stand them. Next topic, please. Oh, a couple. I don't know. Donnie and Marie. Talk about it.
Donnie and Marie.
Well, Bobbit, I'll let you go ahead and say if you got anything else on wrestling couples.
I can't go. I can't.
All right, Heather.
Well, one of my favorite wrestling couples was definitely Edge and Lita.
Edge of Rita? What?
That's all there is.
Oh, you want more?
Yes, please.
Excuse me.
The edge of a margarita.
Very strange.
Edge and Lita, okay.
Yeah, Edge and Lita. There was the actual work of a couple between Luna Vachon and Ted DiBiase Sr.
Oh, that one, yes, of course.
Why don't you explain that one a little further for us there?
Well, of course, I'll tell you, darling, just to refresh your memory, because apparently you forgot. What happened was, a very long time ago, these two got together, and they decided to go bowling. And they said, you know what, something? He accidentally dropped a bowling ball on her foot. And she said, ow, that hurts. Do I have to hit you? He said, no. Why don't we do it in a match? So they got in a match, and afterwards they became a couple. It was a delightful little romp, let me tell you. But I gotta tell you, it got sour very quickly. Because the storylines, oh my god, those storylines, they just kept going on and on and on. They just wouldn't stop talking. Every 5 minutes with this couple. I couldn't take it anymore. It was like Luke and Laura with the General Hospital crap. I had to shut it off after a while. It was giving me a headache. My head was spinning. That's enough with the couples. Next topic, please.
One last thing, Johnny, on that.
No! That's something else. I want to talk about something else now.
I just thought Luna Vachon was hot, and I thought maybe you'd agree with that.
She did. She has very tasty private parts.
Jeez.
The other bottle's over there, I think.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay,
You can.
sounds like JP's busy merge. What do you think about wrestling couples?
My
Notable-
God, got 14 viewers right now. Where did everybody go?
I don't think we were talking to you enough earlier and they left.
Son of a bitch.
Now, in terms of wrestling couples, I was thinking Macho Man Randy Savage and Sensational Sherry.
Oh, Sensational Sherry. She's got a vibrator that'll make your head spin.
Oh.
Dear Lord.
Well, it made her spin quite a bit, I guess. Johnny?
Why don't you have a piece of pizza?
She's hungry. She's a hungry girl.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Johnny, eat a Snickers.
Oh my God.
You like Sherry more? You like Sherry more than Miss Elizabeth?
Well, it's not that well, you were talking wrestling couples. If I'm talking about those that can mix it up in the ring, then it would be Sherry and Macho Man. But in terms of overall, then Miss Elizabeth, obviously.
Yes.
Do you remember Miss Elizabeth there, Johnny?
How can I forget? She didn't have a first name. She just walked around calling herself Mrs. Elizabeth. It was kind of annoying after a while, because I said, what am I supposed to call you? She says Mrs. I said, why do I have to keep calling you Mrs.? She said, I don't have a first name. I said, what the hell's wrong with your parents? Why did they give you a first name? They said, I don't know, just call me Mrs. Elizabeth. I said, fine, I'll call you Mrs. Elizabeth. And that's what it stuck. The name stuck. It was I cannot tell you how upsetting it was. Oh, we got another viewer. How exciting.
Welcome to the new viewer.
Hello, new viewer. Please don't leave. Call your friends. Tell them that the Wrestling Memories episode is on YouTube right now. And there's a guy on there who's hilarious. Go. We'll wait.
And we also have Johnny Holtz on here too. Let him know about that.
Tell him about that guy. Oh, we lost him. We lost him. I think I scared him away. Son of a bitch. All that work.
Oh, all right. We
Oh,
did.
he's back. He's back. Must be having internet problems.
We did Merge and Bobbit. Heather,
I already answered that question.
did you? Okay. JP.
Mm-hmm. Wrestling couples.
Sean Stacey. Who are the two? Chuck Palumbo and fucking badass Billy Gunn or whatever the fuck. I'm just kidding.
Billy and Chuck.
No, wrestling couples. You know, I really don't much care for wrestling couples, but
Even if they were real couples?
I mean, real couples. I mean, the only ones that I can really think of is Deborah and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, yes.
Fucking Miss Elizabeth and fucking Randy Savage.
Of course, yes. Of course.
But the best couple that I can think of that really made sense to me and really took somebody to a certain level that nobody ever thought that he could go is Sensational Sherry and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Oh, yes. 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 They both have porn star names, but we'll ignore that.
You know, I'll throw mine out there. And I don't know if they were technically a couple on the show,
Be
but I
careful
want to
where
believe
you
they
throw
were.
it. Be careful where you throw it. There's too many concussions going on around here.
Kevin Thorne and Ariel.
Oh, yes. Those
The vampire
people, of course. Yes.
They were the vampire couple.
They were
Yeah, right,
delicious. Yes.
They
Yes.
thought my neck was too.
They weren't very clean, but they were nice. They were nice, those two.
Right, you didn't think of that one?
Tommy Dreamer and Beulah McGillicuddy, yeah, they were a good couple.
Oh, my God. That's taking me back now.
Shane Douglas and Francine.
Oh, Francine. There you go. Anybody named Francine has a smelly butt. Think
Does he?
about it.
Dee
Does
and I'm getting names out of the chat because I don't pay attention to the couples. DDP and Kimberly.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
Not
Undertaker
really,
and Sarah.
NG, because Sarah never really was a part of a storyline. Undertaker
She
and
wasn't?
Shawn McCool.
Yeah, she makes a good
Sarah?
count.
Sarah was involved with Brock Lesnar.
Yes, but she wasn't the whole. She wasn't in the
No.
storyline ever, really.
She was only in half a
yes,
story.
she was.
No,
So,
yeah,
what-
was she?
she got
what
kidnapped.
Here's the thing, though. I'm talking. If you want to talk couples, was she on there for an extended period of time, or was she there for just like one story and that was it?
She was in maybe 20 minutes. They took her off the air. It was very short.
Do you see what I'm saying?
It was a few months, I think, maybe 6
so
at the
don't-
most.
That don't count.
It was
Because she
lovely
really-
With Charmel?
Huh?
With Charmel?
What is that? Toilet paper?
Well,
Charmel?
Booker T. Yeah.
Soft and absorbent. Charmel.
She
A
was
1,000 sheets.
kind of, but not really, since kind of along the same lines, because she wasn't there very long.
Hey, Cody.
Oh, she was there a year or two.
I got one to top that. Triple H in China.
Yes.
Oh, those two, yes. I saw her adult film China. Very disturbing. I stayed up for days.
Her muscles. Her
Did you
muscles
see-
were big. Her muscles were bigger than her dick.
Ugh, she has a wee? We
I would assume so, built like that.
China's boob was like on her face. It was weird. Did you see that thing? It was frightening.
You're probably more of an expert at those than I am, I'll admit.
Of course I am. Anybody want to know anything about the adult features? Find me on Twitter and ask me a question. No, just kidding.
So we can talk about adult films. Have you seen the Page videos?
No, what's that?
It's a gal. She works. Well, she's kind of, sort of, still wrestling, but she's 24 right now. Gothic-looking chick, and she had videos of her masturbating with the championship and squirting on it, and two of the other wrestlers. Nice. She was getting gangbanged by two of the male wrestlers.
That's not very hygienic.
No, but hey. So you
and
never
then what happened?
Well, and then she was off TV for about a year. Then she came back and broke her freaking neck, and now she's not wrestling.
That's
again.
not why she was off TV for a fucking year. She was off
Well,
TV
she was
for a year
injured.
because she broke her neck.
But they didn't rush her back either.
No, they did not.
Well, it's because she had neck injury hidden for so long to begin with.
That is true.
And then she
Johnny
failed,
Hall, you have a request in the chat.
and she failed wellness policy as well.
Yes, she did. But not because she did drugs, it's because she missed the appointment.
Oh my, Chad, no. That's a conversation for another night.
Maybe he can do Filthy Fuck
I'd-
tips with
I'd
Filthy
say
on
let
that
him do
one.
it. Whatever.
What do you want to know, Chad, darling? If you don't know by now, you're lost. Sorry. Go on. He wants me to tell me how to pleasure. I'm not going to tell you how to pleasure a lady. What the hell's the matter with you? That's private talk. Ask your mom.
Ask your mom.
Jeez. Dear Lord.
I'm just kidding, Chad. You're a nice fella.
So where were we at? Adult films and wrestling? We just kind of picked this one up out of the blue. Anyone else got anything to add to that?
I'm gonna answer Trexter on this with the Alberto Del Rio thing. It wasn't fucking stupidity. It was just her.
Hey,
being
watch your
young.
mouth there, Slappy.
It was just her being young. It wasn't her being stupid. It was her being naive. Let's get that right. You can't fucking say that about somebody like that.
Yeah,
She's not
don't say it
dumb.
any further, because they'll come over there and beat you up.
That woman is she's smarter than you think, people.
All right, he's very smart then.
She was just
He's got a
not.
master's degree.
I'll defend Paige to the hilt.
All right, give her a PhD. Next question.
Give her-
Chad said he tried to ask his wife, but she won't explain it to him.
Chad, why are you telling me these things? I don't care. I didn't ask you before. I don't want to know now. This is about wrestling, not your wife's vagina. Keep it to yourself. Or perhaps me and me later will discuss this later. Guy comes out here talking about his private life. Oh, we got 2 more viewers. You know what, Chad? Keep talking about the vagina. We got 3 more viewers. Keep talking about it, Chad. You're bringing in more viewers. And they can read because they're in the chat. Bring it up. Come on, Chad. Keep it going there, bud. For those of you watching this as a recorded broadcast, Chad asked us a question about vaginas. And suddenly, the screen lit up and we got 3 more viewers. Hey.
And then you start talking.
If you don't know what vaginas are, Google it.
Welcome to episode 10 of Wrestling Memories, the Vagina episode.
The vagina monologues.
The vagina monologues.
There you go. Oh, boy. Next week, we'll talk about prostate examinations.
I need one in a minute.
Tune in to Wrestling Memories, episode 11. Prostate exams. Why don't they?
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know why we're calling it Wrestling Memories, because all we're talking about is a guy sticking a thumb up some other guy's ass. But
That's not all
we'll just
we're
call it
talking
Wrestling Memories anyways.
Hey, who's gonna forget that, huh?
This is the third
Moon
week in a row.
River.
This is the 3rd week in a row the show's been derailed. I'm okay with it though.
I'm glad you're okay with it. Because
It's
God
entertaining,
forbid,
that's for
if you
sure.
weren't okay with it, we'd all have to leave. right. Now what the hell are we talking about? Oh, wrestling memories.
I think poor Bobbit is just getting killed over there.
What do you want to talk about next, man? I'm done with this page thing because it's pissing me off.
All right, we got 19 watching now, folks. Say something controversial. Come on, Tattoo Master JP, make out, do something. Come on, we got more viewers. Let's go.
All right, you want controversy?
All right, controversy.
Controversy. November 1963.
Right.
Johnson pulled the trigger.
Oh,
Jesus
Johnson.
fucking Christ.
He's got a big dick, that Johnson. Let me see.
You've heard of Big Dick Johnson?
Big
Do you
Dick
remember
Johnson,
he was on
yes.
TV? He was actually on wrestling.
He was.
He would wear a diaper and throw himself completely head to toe in oil and dance around.
Oh, I thought that was Duty Daniels that wore the diaper.
No, and I'm not even shitting you, Johnny. That was a character. No shit.
That's disturbing. You know what? I don't want to be here anymore. That was disgusting. Let's do something else. Let's talk about scat and poop now. Oh, we just lost 2 viewers. The poop meter. Apparently people don't like poop on the internet. Let's talk about... Chad, bring up the vagina topic. We're losing our viewers here.
ECW.
Oh my God, David.
E-
Seriously? David asked that question. I got a question. Did Brock Lesnar ever try to eat a bloody tampon from Paige?
If Mel Yellowstone, Chad, he can help you out with that.
I know. I'm not the one that can answer that.
Wow. The ratings are really going down now, folks. We got 17 viewers. 17! Come on, do I have 19? Let's go, 2 more viewers.
Hey, Johnny, you gotta remember, you're slumming it with us tonight. It's not like Ken's show.
It is.
Yeah. Slumming it? What the hell does that mean?
You're in the burbs, baby. You're in the burbs.
the burbs of the community.
Oh, I mean the burbs. Oh, I mean the bad neighborhood of the community, you mean. So this is when I get out of the car, I should run instead of walk casually to my door. It's a very bad neighborhood, this
build up
spot.
between your ass cheeks.
What?
What?
Pretty much, unless you want a dildo between your ass cheeks, courtesy.
I
of my
like
father.
a nice dildo in my ass cheek. What the hell's the matter with you?
And who on this call is going to help him with that? I mean, I know we've got Merge here, but, on any other
Well, we
day.
got Bobbit with the Ass Blaster 9000.
How about one of the
in his
many
pocket.
wrestlers we've been talking about? Strictly Stevens, or whatever the hell her name was.
Ricky Stevens.
What did you ever think of Scotty Too Hottie there, Johnny? Scotty Too Hottie.
Scotty Too Hottie was a laxative they had in the 1800s. What happened was, if you couldn't go to the bathroom, you took 2 Scotty Too Hotties and you were off.
Is that the reason why they called them Too Cool, Johnny?
I can't.
What the hell are you talking about?
You sound like JP now.
Fucking Bobbit's done. Just throwing it out.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus
What's up,
Christ.
Minnesota?
Hey,
Yeah.
Minnesota Lake, how's it going?
About time you made your
How
way
about-
over here.
How about Jinder Mahal? You like that guy, don't you, Johnny?
What's his name again?
Jinder Mahal.
Ginger Mahal?
Gender.
Yeah.
Who the fuck names that kid Jinder, first of all? That's my question for you. Have you met our son Jinder? No? Well, here's gonorrhea and syphilis to introduce him. Jinder, come out here for a second. Why?
Take over for a second, JP.
Oh, you want me to take
Well-
okay. Fucking asshole.
Well, he probably has a Ruby emergency.
Oh, no, that's fine. Keep talking, Johnny. You're doing great.
Oh, thanks. All right, 18 more viewers. How much have we raised so far, Steven? Let's find out.
What did that way?
Well, you're still on the other side of the tracks, Johnny, so you still gotta watch yourself a little bit.
No, what? No,
Who
you don't.
are you?
Fucking, what the fuck do you think I run here? A fucking meat market or something or what? Shit.
Oh, meat market.
Well, you are in the burbs, so, you know.
The The Broadchurch
watch where you walk.
live. What do you mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me
What
neither.
the hell is this guy talking? He just jumps in and goes, "You know what, Johnny? You're on the wrong side of the tracks." What are you, in a 1930s movie? Are you like one of those Alzheimer guys? You like forget stuff? What are you talking about? You're driving me crazy. Get this guy out of here. He's making me sick.
Give me my sunglasses.
I don't understand this. I come in and this guy's insulting me. I don't know what he's talking about. He's like, it's like in the middle of a conversation. He like starts in the middle of a conversation. I don't know what you're saying. All right, now. He stopped talking. Oh, there, you're back, Drew. Thank God. You missed a whole lot, let me tell you.
I don't doubt that one bit. There used to be a guy like Jinder Mahal. Well, there used to be a couple of them. There was Tiger Ali Singh back in the day.
Jinder Mahal. Yeah, he would take his penis and his vagina off at the same time. He'd switch genders, you see.
Is that how he got the name Pimple Dick?
No, that was from a Taiwanese chick in Taiwan.
So what do you think the quality of wrestler he is compared to a predecessor such as Tiger Ali Singh?
Oh, Ali Singh. That guy tried to get on American Idol once. His voice, oh my God. I could not take it. I said, get this guy off the show now, this Ali Singh guy. But that's his name, Ali Singh. I said, no, his name is not Ali Singh. It's Ali, get the hell out of here. I could not stand him. Terrible guy.
Can I be
He had an odor to him.
Can I be serious for 1 second? Steven.
Oh my God.
Not with those sunglasses on, you can't.
I'm going to be serious. I'm taking the glasses off. Steven German. I do not like it when people talk about fucking killing people or having somebody just fucking die in my chat. Don't talk like that. We're here to have fun. Let's have fun. If you want to ruin the mood, get the fuck out of here. I don't need that shit.
What happened?
He's talking about Tommy. How he needs
Do I
to
have
go.
to take off my belt? Who's getting out of there? Who's getting out of there?
Don't fucking talk like that. I'm sorry. I don't care who it is. Nobody deserves to be talked about like that. Sorry. Carry on. I'm sorry. Go back to the fun.
Put those
How
sunglasses
are we
back
supposed to go
on.
back to the fun after that? Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin the mood. I didn't want to.
Oh my God. I would not want to have sex with you. My gosh. Alright. 19
No, wait, Johnny, I'm going to clarify this right now. When it comes time for that, he's completely different.
He is? I would hope so.
Okay.
You know, are you getting ready for a game of poker there, JP?
No.
I think he's going to get ready to pour me a shot.
No, he's got rap band practice. He's in a hip hop group. JP and the Smelly Smells.
That's a shot right there.
Take it straight from the bottle. There.
He's gonna go to his nighttime job and shoot somebody.
I'm not going to shoot it.
Okay.
I promise.
So since we've totally just gone off the rails, what I'd like to do right now is
Just watch
in the
Tyler take a
chat,
shot.
ask Johnny Holes anything you'd like about wrestling. I'll take the first one that comes through.
My
As long
balls
as
are
it's not
cute.
about people killing people or something.
Oh, hey. People, don't forget I have shirts now, too, by the way.
Yes, down in the
Yeah.
description.
Well, wait on those. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't... It's in the description down below. I have shirts for children. Trust me, they're family friendly. What is it? What does it say on it?
You'll be alright in the morning.
You'll be alright in the morning. You can't get those for adults, though, can you?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's alright. And then I think I'm going to try to get a logo made. The logo that she found for a sticker that is on there. I'd like to use that for a logo for my show.
Can I have a sip of that beverage? I don't want to hop these fucking t-shirts anymore. Can I listen? What the hell? Well, I got some shirts here. What are you, my Aunt Balvin? I feel like you just came over the house. I got some pound cake for you here. And if you want, have a t-shirt. Did you get me the right size? No. Well, what are you doing here for? You're no good. Here's some socks as well. My God, what else you got rock there?
I don't care if you mention fucking Tommy, Steven. Just don't talk about him fucking.
Oh my God, again with the Tommy. He's not even
man.
here.
It's not me. It's other people. I don't care
Other
if people talk
people,
about him.
if I have to
don't
come
wanna
out
know
there.
Sorry, I have rules in my chat. I'm sorry.
I understand. No, I don't blame you. It's annoying.
I don't care if you talk about Tommy, but I don't like it when people talk about killing other people or somebody needs to fucking die. That shit's just not right.
No, I agree. That's not very nice.
We do have a question for you in the chat, though.
Oh, good. I've waited all day for this.
MG Fresh would like to know your thoughts of Sonny in the WWF and Missy Hyatt of WCW and ECW. I think maybe he's wanting to know which one you like better.
I like Sunny, and let me tell you why. She puts a smile on my face, but she's Sunny. Huh? That's my reason. Next question.
Well, what about Missy Hyatt?
Missy Hyatt's got a lovely butt.
Yeah,
She also had big hooters.
She has very nice breasts as well, thank you.
Yes. Here's another one, Johnny. Which male and female wrestler would you like to see together in a porno that hasn't already happened?
What I would like to see in an adult film is I'd like to take Forgetful Frank and Alzheimer Allison and put them in a scene together and see if they can remember where the bed is. I'd start one off on the left and the other on the right, put the lights all the way at the top and all the way at the end of the room, and see if they could remember where the lights are and the bed is, and it'd be a very long scene. Those are my two favorite wrestlers, by the way. Allison, that one, and the other two. I forgot their names already.
Alpha Excalibur, thank you for that question.
Thank you.
Get David Wells. You got David Wells' question and then Dolphin's question. Yep. Go ahead.
All right. David Wells asked Johnny what he thinks of Stacy Keibler in the WWE.
All right, first of all, I need you all to know that I'm not a licensed therapist, so I can't really answer all these questions professionally, but I'll do my best. They're only my opinions. What was your question again?
He wants to know what you think of Stacy Keibler.
Stacy delicious. I love her cookies. Oh, it's a he? Whatever. Very small, though. Very small people, those Keeblers. I tell you, I was at their house one day and they said, don't walk, because you might step on one of the Keeblers. Very tiny people, but the nicest people you'll ever meet. I like him very much, that Stacy. A nice person.
You want to know something funny? Is she had really long legs and she was tall.
I know. Well, that's before the bizarre gardening accident.
Johnny, what is your take on The Rock?
What is my take on what?
The Rock.
Oh, well, let me tell you something about a rock. And there you go.
I got it. Never mind.
Dolphin on High would like to know what your thoughts on Goldberg and the day he smashed the car window with his bare hand.
Was that the Tuesday or Wednesday of that week? Which day was that? The Tuesday or the Wednesday? Because he did it on Tuesday and a Wednesday.
He must be meaning both of them.
Well, we're going to be here a while, so pull up some chairs, make yourselves comfortable. I'm going to tell you my opinion on that. He threw the chair. He got very upset. What happened was he was hungry. He came to the show. He was starving. He's like, I have to get something to eat. I said, we don't have time. Why don't you just go over there in the corner, relax.
Oh, you were at the show?
I was there.
The guy would know he's trying to get a fucking drink. I'm sorry.
What?
Nothing.
He's watching TV.
Can we help you?
No, go ahead. Go on.
He's doing something else.
All right,
Forget about that.
I'm just letting you guys go. Keep going. I'll mute.
I forgot what the hell I was talking about.
We were talking about when Goldberg broke the car windows. And
Oh,
you said it happened 3 times, and you were actually
there were
there.
a lot of... Yes, I was. We had to sue him because he broke all the windows. And we didn't win because it turns out he said he was upset because he forgot because he had a concussion. It was a mess.
That was pretty cool stuff.
It's true.
But that was both nights?
Both nights. Well, the next day, it was his brother, his twin, Barry Goldberg, who showed up with some chocolates. And he said, Gary wants me to bring these to him. He said, you know what, we don't want Gary's apology. And Barry got very upset, so he slammed the window with his fist. He goes, take these chocolates, and he didn't do it. It was a mess.
That is unbelievable.
I know. The story could go on for much longer, but we don't have that much time.
Trexter would like to ask what you think of Lucha Underground.
Oh, my God. Oh, shut your kid up there.
Jeez.
Alright. Lucha Underground. Well, let me tell you something. She makes a nice little ravioli. I like the ravioli she makes, primarily the meat ravioli. I'm not so happy with her cheese raviolis, but she a very nice ravioli. She's also very, very nice and very hygienic. She smells like flowers.
We still got a few more coming in. Yeah, if you guys tag my name, it'll be a little easier for me to keep track of them.
Or any of our names. Or my name. Tag my name, it's fine.
Yeah, that works too. The Real Cody would like to know what you thought of Vicky Guerrero.
Vicky Guerrero. Well, she was my first time.
Oh, no.
Really? Was she still with Eddie at the time?
Well, if you want to go back to the vagina question as we did earlier, what happened was she told me how to please herself, and it was wonderful. A glorious night. It was in heavenly, and that's really all I can say. I can't go any further than that.
Well, I'm curious. Was she still with her husband Eddie at the time that you guys?
He was there. Taking pictures. It was fantastic.
What do you think of silent pornos from NG Fresh?
Silent pornos? What I like to do is I like to play like really loud music to them. Sometimes death metal, sometimes elevator music. And I like to do them and I run them very quickly, so everything happens very, very fast and succinct. And that's what I think of them. I enjoy them very much. Thanks for your question.
Johnny wants to go into the vaginal pleasure question.
Oh, Chad's just flattering himself. Shut up, Chad. That damn Chad, I tell you, that kid, every time I come out here, he comes up with the vaginas. You just have to say it once and he goes crazy.
Well, he has a wife. He wants to know how to please her.
Is he married?
Chad, give me her number and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Since Merge is on the call, do you have a question, preferably about wrestling, for Johnny Holes?
Well, it's kind of hard to ask a question when Johnny seems to know so much.
Well, you should only know as much as I do. That's really the guys I go by there, young fella.
Okay, then I guess the only question I can think of is, how old were you when you saw your first wrestling match?
I was 7.
And what year was that?
1975.
Would you like a social too?
1942.
What?
You sound like it would have been more like 1942.
You are so funny. Let me tell you how funny you are. You're so funny that I forgot to laugh.
Trexter in the chat would also like to know if you are a fan of Broken Matt Hardy.
Who the fuck is Broken Hat Marty? And no, I'm not a friend of Gilbert Gottfried's. Will you stop asking me that damn question? Everybody asks me that. Yeah.
Now she's wearing my sunglasses. What the fuck is
Well, there you go. He doesn't even know who Broken Matt is. He must be going to the bathroom.
He's a
me?
broken
Come
dog.
back.
No, he went to get another beer.
Oh, Rain Havoc has a question. Whoa, okay. Do you have a problem with vaginas? He hears the word and gets so hostile. Why is that?
I don't so much have a problem with vaginas. It's the fact that I can't stand the fact that these men don't know how to please these women. So that's where I come in. With the new Johnny Holes, support your fellow vagina system, I could have your lady satisfied within 20 minutes. For just $19.95 and a small fee, I could come to your house, please your lady, and I won't get so upset when we talk about vaginas. So if you want to, meet me at Twitter and then send me a direct message and I'll please your lady and I won't get so upset.
I'm going to say that sounded like a Simon Dean promo. I've got a question before we get to a couple of the others. There's a couple more rolling in. Who do you think is going to win at WrestleMania? AJ Styles or Shinsuke Nakamura?
It's got to be AJ. Let me tell you why. The other guy's name, it just doesn't roll off the tongue, and it doesn't fit well on a T-shirt. That's simple.
You might have it figured out better than us.
I'm telling you, and if I'm right, you'll owe me $20.
Trexter, man, he's full of questions today. What's Johnny's favorite beer?
I don't really like beer. I know. You were expecting an answer.
David Wells, what do you think of Trish Stratus's boobies and her panties?
This
They're lopsided.
motherfucker
She
just
needs
said
to move them in another direction. They keep moving, and she keeps tilting to another. What happens is her boobies all go to the left. If she makes them go to the center, she'd be able to stand and walk around straight, you see. So she's got to do that. As far as the underwear is concerned, well, you know what? She should just really take care of that issue.
Bad smell?
We'll leave it at that.
All right. Mr. Bobbitt, if you're still alive over there after all this, do you have a question for Johnny Holes as it pertains to wrestling?
Yeah. Mr. Holes.
Oh, that wasn't too rehearsed.
I currently have a whale problem. Do you know how I should get rid of such whale? She's been bothering me for a while now. How do I get rid of her?
What?
He has a problem with a whale and is wondering how to get rid of her.
Why would you want to get her? Whales are very nice people. I don't understand why you're so upset.
Not
Why are
this
you upset with the
particular
whale?
We know
Well-
you said whale.
She's being a killer whale.
Right.
Not
And,
killer
you
in a
know,
good way there, Johnny. It's really, really not.
I don't know what the hell we're talking about here. Whales. All right. How did we bring fish into the picture? And I don't understand. Why are we swimming now? Whales. I'm lost.
Yeah, it's not an actual
You're probably-
whale. It's a person
Okay.
that we depict as a whale. Because she's about the same size.
Okay. So my wife? What are we talking about?
No, it's not your wife.
All right.
This is a former member of the community.
Oh, fuck my back. It just broke.
I don't want to fuck your back, JP. Keep that to yourself, darling.
I'll be alright. Carry on.
Anyway, she's a former member of the community and has started a lot of trouble.
Oh dear.
Yes. So, how do we get rid of said whale? Other than my...
Harpoon?
Harpoon?
That's what he said.
She might fuck it.
She might.
I don't know. This is getting a little weird, guys. Talking about whales.
Oh, we do have another question in the chat from, oh no. My stuff's moving around on me. Doggone it. Dagnabbit. NG Fresh, Johnny, would you call into Joe's Monetize This Show? He wants to know if you would ever make an appearance there.
Who's asking that question?
NG Fresh, would you ever appear on
I don't know. You have
Monetize?
to. That's up to Joe. That's a Joe thing. You'd have to ask Joe that. I don't know. I don't know if he wants me on the show or not. Not sure. I
think he's wondering if you'd be up to it.
Sure, why not? Up to anything for attention.
Okay, we could probably get a couple more in, but we do have Heather's show to get to after this. The Real Cody wants to know what you think of Alexa Bliss.
I want to know who the fake Cody is.
Well, he'll answer that while you answer his question. Cody, can you tell us where the fake Cody is?
Now, what was Cody's question?
What do you think of Alexa Bliss?
Delicious. You like that, huh? Speaking of metaphors now.
I think she's a waste of space.
I like walking into a room and going, Alexa, and waiting for an answer.
Don't we all?
Just walk into Drew's house. He's got them all over the place.
Wait, what do I have all over the place?
Alexa.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Alexa! Go! Oh, no, never mind. Ruby's right.
I was gonna say, there's a 3-year-old right there. Be careful.
I have an Amazon Alexa that I reprogrammed with a dead guy from a nursing home. His voice is fantastic. I walk in there, I go, Alexa, what? Alexa, what? Alexa, I can't hear you. I'm in the other room. Alexa, what? Goes on all day. It's something to do, I tell you.
So you've programmed it to be a Vigoda.
Exactly.
There you go.
Hey,
So-
speaking of little people,
Oh, Jesus.
Oh dear.
where is Ruby? She's still sitting there?
She's been good the whole time. She said one little thing, and I don't know what she was saying, but Johnny told her to shut up, and she did.
I'd like
I'm
to have my
sorry,
mascot on TV, on the show.
Bring the mascot on just for one little minute.
Ruby, do you want to ask Johnny a question?
Oh, no.
Come here, Ruby. You can put the headphones on,
Oh, no.
and then you can go back to your video. You just want to watch your video? Oh, you're gonna bring it with you? By the way, the real Cody ate the fake Cody.
That's the rich. Good thinking there, Cody. Good thinking.
Here, Ruby.
This is my mascot, people.
And she's the reason we have the kid shirts.
Yes, one of them. I have my nieces.
What do you want her to buy all the shirts? She's only one kid.
No, I know. Well, I've got my niece. I'm going to get my nieces some shirts.
Can you at least say hi?
Hi,
Hi,
Ruby.
Ruby.
You are adorable. How are you, darling?
Hi, Ruby. How are you?
Good.
Good. You staying out of trouble?
Baba?
What did she say?
Don't mind him. He has issues. How you doing today, young lady?
A dog is barking.
I did trouble.
Right. No trouble. Good. That's good. What are you doing over there? You playing games? You doing the videos? What are you doing there?
I'm just doing this little. This is my girl. This is letters when I do it. This is
Ruby, I got an SAT question for you. It's driving me crazy.
what?
If two people are standing on a corner and X equals Y and 3 is to 7, what is 10?
I just happy to jump on.
That's the same answer I have too. I know exactly.
She said she's just happy to be with her dad or something.
And my mom is not here yet.
Where is she?
No mom here.
I don't know if she knows the answer to that because we probably didn't indulge her in that one.
Uh-oh. Let's forget I asked that question now, shall we?
Mommy's at the gay bar with the rest of the family watching burlesque.
Okay, I'm in. Where is this bar?
It's
Downtown
mommy's name-
Kansas City.
Is mommy's name Steve?
No. I won't get too specific, but there's a family member in our family who is a gay man who likes to do those cross-dressing burlesque. It's kind of a funny show to watch. Pretty cool. I've been there once, like 5 or 6 years ago. We went to support like one of his first shows or whatever.
Awesome. You got to give me his number after the show.
That's cool.
All right. Yeah.
So we're gonna set up a show for me when I go to visit there when I have the time.
Sure.
Yeah. As long as they got one going, yeah. You can talk to Tara about that.
The fuck are
Ah,
you
She
sorry.
knows
talking
that
about?
stuff better than me.
Me going to a show while you and Drew have some manly time.
What the fuck is going on? What the hell?
It's very interesting.
What the fuck is
Okay,
going
good.
on?
We've got 3 really quick questions, and then we do have to end the stream to allow time
A
for
speed
help.
round question, if you
So
will.
it'll be speed round for you, Johnny. Have you thought about doing stand-up comedy?
Yes.
What is the meaning of life?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my lord. Well, let me tell you about the meaning of life. You think you can't find a cab now. It's not my joke, by the way. I totally stole that from Gilbert Gottfried, but I had to steal it. Alright, go. Sorry. There you go. You said-
John Ratzenberger, Cliff Clavin, and Cheers said that it was shoes. Good, comfortable
Shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Where are your toes? There's a question. Ask your mom.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the last question from Dolphin on High. He must have watched the show you did with BSR a couple weeks ago because he would like to know, what are the ingredients of Doritos?
I don't like Doritos. If you act though, I have other products I can read to you though. And as a matter of fact, I have an audio tape coming out. Johnny Holes reads ingredients. It helps you. It's a very soothing cassette. It's for $24.95. It cures insomnia and other dangerous diseases.
Excellent. Well, we'll look forward.
Right at the room on that one. Yes.
I would go back around the table and.
Oh my
Yes,
God!
any
We got
last-
20 viewers. We got 20 viewers. Keep talking. This
20.
is bad.
You know what 20 is? It's 10. 10. No, we are actually really close on time, so we're going to skip final thoughts this time, and I'm just going to say thank you, Merch, for winning the contest, coming by,
I'm not getting
and your insight tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Merge. You're a great help.
You're welcome, and I look forward to the whole show on tape, Johnny.
Hold me.
Of course, Johnny Holes, thank you so much. You made this fucking fun episode, man.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Hey, where can we find you at, Johnny?
I'm on Twitter. That's at Johnny, JOHNNIE, Holes, HOLES, at twitter.com. And I have a show coming soon with our friend Drew here. But that's later. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We're letting the cat out of the bag.
Yes, it's Sex Advice with Drew and Holes.
I personally want to thank you, Mr. Holes, for being here. It was fun. I had fun tonight.
Oh, thank you for having me, alright, guy. Who is that guy, anyway? What did I just say to you?
Me.
Oh, thank you, me. You're adorable.
Oh, my Lord in heaven.
Oh, my Lord in heaven. Here's a hug for you.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. But,
Oh my God, somebody's gonna hug me. That's so horrible. I'm gay. Oh, my God.
I'm gonna hug him in a certain way later. Don't worry.
good Lord.
Whoa.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Mr. Bobbitt, of course, thank you for being here.
Oh, I didn't know you were here. Bobbit, where are they? You are.
I've been here the whole time.
Thanks for dropping by. We had to do the whole show without you. My God.
I know. I swear, man. I was jerking off.
What else is new? Jesus Christ. Keep that to yourself.
And, of course, Heather, thank you for being here. Not that you really get a choice anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I could be in the bed sleeping right now, but no, I'm here.
Don't forget, follow me on Twitter, because I have no friends. Seriously.
Yeah, get over there and follow him, guys. If you don't follow him, there's something seriously wrong with you.
Maybe there isn't. If you don't, we could go either way. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys alone. You guys have an awesome night, and I'll get you that recipe as soon as possible, JP. Hugs to all of you. Good
You
night.
can hang on the line. That's all right.
You can hang on the
All right, I'm gonna stay and pretend that I left. Later, I'll come back for an encore and do a bow. You like when you go to a concert and you think the show's over and they're like, oh, we could go now. And then the assholes come out again and do another song. I'll do that.
Well, you better not. You'd be interfering with the start of my show.
Oh, thank you so much for coming, ladies and gentlemen. We got 3 more tunes for you.
And, JP, of course, this is your channel, so I'll let you go ahead and close this out.
Well, we didn't. Again, it got derailed, but I'm okay with the show getting derailed. Does it always have to be about wrestling? We talk about wrestling stuff, but it's fun. There's nothing wrong with just going off on a tangent, and maybe we might do a special guest every once in a while, like Drew, fucking bobbing on a fucking microphone. What a queer. So, but all that being said, this is fun. This is my 100th video, by the way, just so everybody knows. So this is kind of...
No, I'm kidding.
It's kind of...
So buy a t-shirt. It's his 100th video.
Yeah,
buy a goddamn t-shirt. What's the matter with any of you? How was that?
That was great. But, yeah. No. But, yeah, so... This is fun. I have fun. You know where to find Drew at on Skype or on Twitter. Don't forget that tomorrow we have our trivia show. So before I even do that, DM me. The first 4 that DM me will be on the show and will go through the trivia questions with us. And if you win, you will be on one of the shows. You will be on Raw, SmackDown, or you will be on this show.
It's a dream.
So, that being said, the first 4 to DM me, I'm cool with.
And the last 4 to DM you can go fuck themselves.
Hashtag fuck off.
Hashtag fuck off. I'm just kidding. But I love you guys. Like I usually say, I may sound abrasive at times. I still love you guys. You guys rock the taco. I know I just said taco, but
Uh-oh.
you guys
Oh,
are
just
awesome.
one other thing. If you're over the age of 21, hashtag I want to make love to Johnny Holes. All right, go ahead.
All right, guys. I love you. Y'all have a great night, and we will see you over at Heather's. Have a good night. Peace out.